Here are the top world news stories for Wednesday, 9th of July, 2025. 1. Trump proposes steep tariffs on copper and pharmaceuticals. U.S. President Donald Trump has proposed 50% tariffs on copper imports and up to 200% duties on pharmaceuticals, escalating his hardline stance on trade just weeks before the Republican National Convention. The move comes amid what Trump calls unfair foreign dumping, particularly targeting producers in South America and Asia. The proposal has sparked concern among manufacturers and the medical industry, which rely heavily on global supply chains for copper wiring and active pharmaceutical ingredients. Though markets initially dipped, the response has been measured. Analysts say investors are betting on possible legal delays, trade exemptions, or a change in policy should negotiations with affected countries succeed. Trump's rhetoric emphasized bringing back critical manufacturing sectors to the U.S., especially in health and energy infrastructure. Critics argue the tariffs could raise domestic costs and disrupt supply chains. The copper industry, in particular, is closely watching developments, given rising demand for the metal in EV production, power grids, and AI server infrastructure. Asian and Latin American trade partners have so far not issued formal responses, but are reportedly preparing to challenge the measures at the WTO. 2. Markets eye U.S.-EU trade talks amidst tariff deadline. With President Trump's 9th of July deadline for imposing reciprocal tariffs, pressure has mounted on Brussels and Washington to strike a deal and avert a transatlantic trade war. Trump has long criticized the EU for what he terms asymmetric trade treatment, singling out European subsidies and regulatory barriers. At stake are billions in annual exports, especially cars, steel, and agricultural goods. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen confirmed that frank and productive discussions were ongoing, but gaps remain over tariff levels and digital service taxation. Investors are bracing for volatility as both sides dig in. Analysts note that EU leaders may seek a limited-time exemption or sector-specific waivers, as was done during Trump's first presidency. Meanwhile, European automakers like Volkswagen and BMW have issued warnings about plant shutdowns if tariffs are applied, while French farmers protested in Paris over possible retaliatory losses. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce has urged restraint, warning that escalating trade barriers would hamper recovery momentum amid rising interest rates and slowing global growth. Despite the risks, Trump insists that fairness is non-negotiable, calling the EU tough but beatable. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again. Its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.